Oh, the setup. Hi, Jemmy. Nice to meet you. Love the setup. Full fancy, huh? Yeah. Proper podcast vibe, yeah. So that.
Meg, you've led Australia to so many World Cup titles, and now you're here captaining Delhi Capitals in the third consecutive year. How different has this experience been compared to captaining your national side?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun and something I've enjoyed doing. I guess the biggest difference is that you come together so close to the tournament, and there's a lot of players who you don't know that much about. So I think one of the challenges of captaincy and leading is finding the best way to bring everybody together to make it an enjoyable experience where people are having fun but also able to perform at their best on the field as well. So that's been a good challenge for me, I guess, to try and work out how to do that. But had some really good experienced players around me as well, both Indian players and international too. And the great thing is about a team like this, it's so diverse. There's people from all around the world. And that's a really cool thing about tournaments like this. So it's been a lot of fun for me so far, and I'm really enjoying the role.
Yeah, that's the best part of playing franchisee cricket. I mean, everyone comes from different background, different countries, and everyone gets together and it feels like a family. Jemmy, you've been the vice captain of this team. Does that add any pressure, or does it make you look at the game from a different perspective?
Oh no, I don't think it adds pressure because I think Meg is so good at her job. I don't think she needs me as such. But yeah, whenever there's anything, sometimes she just comes and asks, so that's there. But I think I love the leadership role. I think when I go back and play the domestic, I do lead. So, I feel that responsibility, it brings a lot of responsibility, and I do well with responsibility, and it gets the best out of me. So I love it. And at the same time, I think my role is bigger here because, as Meg said, there are a lot of domestic new players coming in with the overseas players. So sometimes, because of my personality, it's just easier to bridge the gap, Sometimes they're more comfortable coming and talking to me, and then if anything is there, just to break the ice or make them feel more comfortable and reach out. So I think that is something I love doing for whichever team I'm a part of, and yeah, I just go out and do that.
It's a perfect balance with the two of you. But do you also aspire to be an Indian captain someday?
I mean, I love leading, so yeah, I would love to do it for the country, but yeah, I'm ready whenever they need me.
And I'm sure you're learning a lot from Meg. You mentioned it as well.
Yeah.
Is there any particular aspect of her leadership skill that you want to be in your arsenal as well?
Yeah, I think with Meg, one thing I really love about her is she's aggressive but calm at the same time. Especially as a leader, when she leads, and that is very important. To just being, I've seen a lot of people being aggressive and being calm, but I think the way she balances both is something I really aspire to learn from her. Because I feel that gets the best out of the bowlers, and when your leader is over there backing you and giving you confidence, I feel that gets the best out of the bowlers, which Meg does really well. Because a lot of times I have seen in the last 3 years, the bowlers have gotten hit, but Meg is just clapping. That's okay. If you set a field and you get hit through that, that's absolutely fine. And just that coming from the captain means a lot to the bowlers, and the bowlers will give their life out for you. When they feel backed and they feel that I'm backed by the captain. So I think that is one thing I would love to learn from Meg. And yes, tactically, she's spot on. I mean, she's led Australia to so many World Cups. She knows what she's doing, and the experience she brings, it just brings a sense of calmness around the whole group. So yeah, I think those are the few things I would love to learn from her.
How do you do it? Just how?
I think it comes with a lot of experience. I mean, even every game we play, something new happens. So you never feel like you've got it all under control. I think I've become very good at looking like I have things under control.
You've mastered that.
Yeah, I've gotten really good at that. But for the most part, I am just making it up as I go along to an extent. I've got an idea of what I want things to look at. But look, every game's so different. You can plan as much as you want, but always things just pan out differently to how you think. So you've got to be able to think on your feet and just go with the flow a little bit. And especially over here, where sometimes batters can get going pretty quickly and it's hard to stop. You can't get too flustered with that. So it's important for me to stay calm and, as I said, at least look like I've got things under control. Because one thing I have learned is that the playing group does look to the captain a lot, and you've got to be very mindful of what energy you're giving off, because people pick up on it a fair bit. So it's always just about looking at what the next ball looks like, what's our plan, and then trying to execute that. You can't do anything about what's happened. So, I just try and give the bowlers confidence and be really clear in what we're trying to do, and then you see what happens, and then you move on to the next ball. So, but I look like I've got it under control all the time, but I don't. Inside, there's a lot of things going on through my head. So that's the main thing.
And I just love how Jemmy's looking at you and she's
I'm
she's
trying to
just
take notes in my
taking.
Okay, this is
But what do you think of Jemmy? Like, you've seen her from close
Yeah.
quarters, you've seen her become a leader. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think she's an excellent cricketer and teammate, and she's very skillful with the bat, and she's shown for Delhi and India that she's very impactful and plays important innings at crucial times. So that's been an important factor for us over the first few years. But I think her natural personality is very bubbly. It's very warm, and I think she picks up the slack for me in that area where I can scare people off sometimes. So it's been nice to have Jemmy to fill that gap, because naturally she's very welcoming and got high energy. So I think that's also an important part of sort of the leadership group within a team, is that everyone's got their different strengths, and that's absolutely fine. But you just need to have people around you who are better at the things that you're not so good at. And I think Jemmy really helps me out there, and I think she helps the team as well. You need high energy and someone who's got a smile on their face all the time and is really getting the team up, and Jemmy certainly brings that.
She does. Happy?
Very.
I can see
I'll be
that
like
on
Meg
your
and I'll
face.
try not to show it. But yeah, inside I'm happy.
You can actually. Please do. You were talking about energy. Shefali also brings a lot of energy, and your captaincy is obviously celebrated and admired. But apart from your captaincy, your opening partnership with Shefali is something that we love. I mean, you've also created a new WPL record, which is crossing 1,000 runs. What's it about your dynamic that makes it so successful?
I think we're so different. She comes out and hits a six first ball, can play some incredible shots and scares oppositions, I think. So it actually makes my job a little bit easier down the other end. Whenever we have a chat, I just keep it really simple with her. Just want her to hit it really straight and just watch the ball, because that's when she does her best work. So she's a lot of fun, Shefali. I really like her. We've got a good friendship. She's, as you said, very bubbly. Wants to learn as well, like ask questions, wants to take things in, and that's something I've been really impressed with not only her but everyone within the squad. Is everyone wants to get better and learn, and isn't afraid to ask questions and take things on board, and that's something that Shefali does really well. But I've had the best seat in the house for the last 3 years, standing at the other end watching her whack people all around the park. It's a lot of fun.
She had the same thing to say about you, though.
Very generous.
But as a kid, we've always listened that opposites attract, and whenever I look at them, Meg and Shefali, it just seems like they are the perfect example of that, aren't they?
That is true. And I love seeing, like, in the way that, they have fun, but the way Shifu, she looks up to Meg, and whatever Meg says, she listens and tries to work on it every time. I think Meg gets the best out of Shifu every time, like on the field and even off the field. And I'm so glad that they have that comfort zone too. Like, yes, Meg will tell her a lot of things, a lot of them, but she's so comfortable with Meg that she ends up sharing a lot of stuff, and they work so well together. Like, if you think of it, like Meg said, with their personalities, you'll never imagine Shifu and Meg getting along. But I think, like she said, the opposites that attract. Yeah. But I feel she loves Meg a lot, and both of them. Yeah, both of them on the field to watch them bat. I mean, the stats itself show it, but then you sitting outside, you can sense it. Like, more than the numbers, you can sense that they understand each other's games so much, and that works out so well for DC.
And what was it that you guys were talking about the bat? Like, I saw one video on social media where we were talking about bat. What are the differences?
The cricket bats?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, hers is a lot heavier than mine, because she can hit it a lot further. But I don't know. Like, as cricketers, we love that sort of stuff. Like, everyone's cricket bats look differently, different shapes, different weights. So whenever we get to chat about it, I think we always find it really interesting. But she had her bats. They were very thick. So but she's very strong. So I'm not surprised. And that certainly helps her hit some big sixes. So I wish I could use a heavy bat like that, but I don't have the muscles that she does.
But you do well with your bat, and we have no complaints about it whatsoever.
Okay, keep going with that.
But have you taken her out for dinner someday?
No,
Sometime?
not
No?
yet. No.
Not yet?
What
are you
There's
waiting
still
for,
time,
Jemmy?
No,
What are
I
you
still
waiting
remember.
for?
I think I told her we'll take you out for chai because Meg is a big coffee person,
Coffee person,
in
yeah.
Mumbai, but that has not happened yet.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for that.
No, that's all right. When
But
we
yeah,
get
we
to
can make
Mumbai,
up
we
for
can
it.
go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
will make chai
Oh,
for you.
beauty.
Yeah.
Even better.
I make
That's
good
not
tea.
a bad idea.
Yeah.
You love chai. You're
I
a chai
love chai.
person.
Yeah. I mean, I do love coffee also, but if I have to pick from both, it's chai.
Every time I look at Delhi Capitals as a team, everyone's so different, but somehow everyone just fits perfectly. It feels like a family.
Yeah.
Like every time I've seen, like I've been following you guys since the inaugural season, and every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, this team does give a family vibe. But when I'm sure both of you think about it, you are leaders, so I'm assuming that you want to build a specific culture for your team. So when you look back at Delhi Capitals, do you think that this is exactly the culture that you wanted for this team?
Yeah, I think it's an environment where people can enjoy themselves and feel like they can be themselves and express what their strengths are. You want to try and embrace the diversity. You don't want to have everybody who has the same strengths or does the same thing. You actually want the different skill sets and different personalities, and I guess the challenge is trying to create that environment where people feel like they can actually bring those out. And I think we do that really well here at Delhi. Right from the first year, we've gotten on really well off the field, and I think that just translates to on field. So yeah, I always look forward to coming back here to Delhi. It's a lot of fun and enjoyable, and even the staff as well. I think it's not just a playing group. You know, it is one family, and everybody has a role to play and an important role. And I guess everybody off the field just allows us to go out there on the field and play, and that's just as important as the people who walk out on the field.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, and I completely agree to what Meg says, and it's a lot got to do with our coaching staff, JB, Lisa, we have Hema ma'am. You know, everyone makes such an environment for us that we feel backed firstly, and we are able to be ourselves. And I think as a player, I will give my life out for such a team, you know, who believes in me, not just when things are going well, but even when there are ups and downs in cricket, everyone understands it. But I think just to make that safe environment, I feel that's what gives each player the freedom to go in and express themselves, and that's when the player actually does well. And a lot of times I also didn't realize that, okay, I had this in me, but just because I got the backing and the push to just go out, express myself and play my game, I realized, wow, I mean, I can do this, like, you know, in my batting. So I think this is it is a family. It is,
Yeah,
and
it is.
it has been from the first year. Like, this is one of my favorite teams to be a part of, and I just love how everyone's so together and everyone's like one unit.
Yeah.
And that's how we play our cricket, you know. Yes, it's a lot about the results and everything, but it's so nice to also have this experience where, you know, you have a family over here and you know you're valued and you're loved, and we play for each other. And I think that makes a huge difference.
I mean, one of my favorite moments of Delhi Capitals have been when you guys, last year after the final, when you guys were sitting in the hallway having dinner together. That, hands down, that has been the best moment for me as a fan of Delhi Capitals. And it shows the culture. It shows how you guys are together in the win and you guys are together in the loss as well, which speaks volumes about the team and which speaks that this team is a family. Yeah. What's your most memorable moment of WPL so far?
I think for me, it would be that moment only, what you just described, because I remember we played such good cricket throughout the tournament and the finals didn't go our way, and it was like twice in 2 years. And everyone was hurting because everyone just cared so much about this team and everyone gave their life out, but sometimes it doesn't go your way. But then I remember a few of us were just talking in the hallway, and then someone left a message on the group, if you guys are free, come and join. And we didn't want to force anyone because everyone was sad and low, but it so happened that everyone came there. Everyone brought little bit snacks, some drinks and stuff from their own rooms, and someone then ordered a pizza and stuff, and then we all had a party there. But the only thing was we were too loud and it was very late at night, so we had to shift our party to the physio room then. But yeah, it was one of my most favorite moments.
What about you, Meg?
Yeah, and I think even just like the team events and team dinners that we have, although I'm absolutely very nervous going into them thinking they're going to make me sing or dance every time, they actually are very enjoyable events. I think we had one in Baroda where we just had a few different games like Pictionary and stuff like that, and everybody sort of gets into it and has a bit of fun. So those events are always good just to do something bit different and sort of brings people's personalities out. And there's a lot of different personalities in the group, which is a good thing.
I was just talking to Meg while coming and saying few of the videos she does. I would never imagine Meg Lanning doing that. But I think we're just talking about it. DC has brought the best out of her in that aspect too.
Yeah. You get me out of my shell. There's a lot of things where I'm not sure about this, but I just go with it and embrace it.
Can you pinpoint one of those videos?
One would definitely be the Shah Rukh Khan, which went viral.
Yeah.
And Meg kind of manifested it because the next season Shah Rukh Khan himself came and then they did it on stage too. And even in that, Meg was such a perfectionist. Like she was asking, okay, how much my knee should bend, how much my arm width size. It was so correct. So yeah.
You've mastered that pose.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. The first time they asked me to do it, I think I was up on the rooftop in Mumbai.
Yeah.
And they were like, can you do this? Can you do this? And I had no idea who it was, what it was, anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I did it. And then they're like, he's only like the most famous Bollywood star.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing.
He's right here.
Yeah. So anyway, so I just went along with it. I have full faith that you guys are not going to make me do anything too ridiculous. But anyway, try and embrace it.
We won't make you do it here right now, though. Not that pose, but is there any other SRK pose that you'd like Meg to do?
I think there's an easy one. It's just like, if you just nod your head and do that.
Come on, Meg, you can do it.
Just that, I gave you the easy one.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Jimmy.
But you've got your besties over here as well, Aru and Radha.
Yeah.
How good it is to have someone who you know and you call your besties in the same team.
It's always good. I mean, you just have a level of comfort that you show with a few people, and they are the closest people to me, and it's so nice to have them in your team. Yeah, everyone is, a great people to come and hang out with, but there are sometimes you have your 2-3 people you want to just share stuff, sometimes you can go and rant, you had a bad day, you just want to end up ranting out stuff, or just, sometimes you just want to go out and have some fun. So I think both of them are the people for me. Yeah. And it's like such a blessing to have them because like you said, we are away from family a lot, but throughout the year also we play for the same team. So it's just nice to have them wherever I go, and yeah, it's a blessing.
And how accurate was that marshmallow post?
It was absolutely accurate. I don't know whoever did it, great job, because it was absolutely true and accurate.
Yeah.
It was.
Now you guys are here, but I'm sure you all started somewhere. Do you remember your earliest memory of playing cricket, and when did you think that, okay, this is something that you can do for a living?
Yeah, so there's 5 kids in my family. So me and my young sister Anna used to play a lot in the backyard after school. She was mainly a bowler and I was a batter, so that worked out quite well. So that's probably my earliest memory. I played a lot at school as well, but mainly in the boys' team because there wasn't any girls' teams when I grew up. So that was the main thing. And then, I never really thought about it being a career, to be honest. And even when I first started playing internationally, I think you played a couple of tours a year. Didn't really get paid a whole heap. It was just for the love of the game and enjoying it. And then it slowly built over the time that I played. So it probably wasn't until sort of early 20s sort of thing where it started to become a little bit more of a full-time thing, professional thing. So it was just about being outdoors, playing with my friends and enjoying the competitive side of it as well, which got me into the game.
You made your domestic debut when you were 16 and your country debut when you were 18, so quite young. And you made India debut when you were 17. So how was it like being so young on the big stage?
For me, honestly, whichever team I was a part of when I grew, I also played hockey. So when I played my first state match for Maharashtra, I was 10 and a half, 11, and I was playing under 19s. Then when I made my debut for the state in cricket, I was 11 and a half, 12. playing under 19s and seniors, I started playing when I was 14. So right from a very young age, I was very used to being the youngster in the team. Like now it feels weird. Now you should ask. Now it feels weird, like being a
Now
little
you're the
more
senior in the team.
Yeah, a little more senior in the team with having Titas and Shifali coming in. You know, I feel very old. But I think that kind of prepared me that when I played international cricket, for me it was never about, okay, this person is a legend in what they do. Like obviously I respect them, but it was always watching the ball, and if it's in my zone, I'm going to go for it. And I always played my cricket like that, and still do. So I think that's what helped me growing up also when I made my debut. I never had the nerves that, oh, I'm just 17 and I'm making a debut. No, it was always about doing what the team required me to do and doing it with all my heart. And I think that's what helps me.
She's pretty young though, still.
How
but
old
she
are you
talks
now?
like
24.
Oh,
Yeah. And she's talking like she
Spring
feels
June.
old.
I do
you're
feel, I
making me
told you.
feel very old.
Me too. But go on, you made your debut when you were 18.
Yeah.
I think you started captaining the team when you were 21.
21,
So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you're young and you come into the team, I feel like you got a fair bit of freedom. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have as much expectation on yourself.
That's
You're
true.
sort of just excited to be there and just want to go out there and play with a bit of freedom. I feel like the more you play, the more you start thinking about stuff. So yeah, when I first came onto the scene, I just wanted to enjoy playing and go from there. And then the captaincy stuff sort of fell in my lap a little bit. I hadn't done any captaincy before I took over Australia, so and it wasn't really something I had thought a lot about. So obviously someone thought I knew what I was doing.
Well, to say you're pretty good at showing that you're good at what you're doing.
Yes, yep. So so that was good. I had a lot to learn. I had some good senior people around me to help me through, and just sort of kept learning each time I went, and just tried to stick to what my strengths were, I guess. And a lot of it was leading by example early on. That was the best way I sort of felt it was to do. And then, pretty quickly with the leadership stuff, I worked out the on-field stuff was actually the easy part. It's managing everything off the field within the team and getting everything right there, which can be a challenge sometimes. And every team's different. There's no one set thing you can be like, oh, I'll just do this with every team I go to and it'll work. Because you've got different personalities, you need to be able to adapt and try and find the best way for that group to operate. So that's been the part that I've found the most challenging, I guess, and hardest to get right.
Jemmy, you're a good singer. Meg is here. Any song that you would want to dedicate to her, and you can sing.
To dedicate to her, I think Meg can sing better than me.
No.
She sang a Hindi song.
Oh, which one?
Oh,
we
no,
really
we
want to
don't
know
need
that.
to.
Gulabi Aankhein.
No, I don't
Come
know.
on,
I don't know
Meg.
what I was singing. I was.
It's okay.
She
No,
didn't
it's
know,
not
but
good.
she was accurate with that. It felt like she knew it, but she sang it for the first time.
Can we please
No,
recreate that?
Absolutely not.
That's on you
Absolutely
now.
not.
Come on, Meg. A lot of people are watching.
I'll do a lot of things for you guys, but I'm not singing.
Not singing.
on the
Not
podcast.
singing. Okay, Jemmy, if you can sing something for Meg.
For Meg,
Yeah.
have to think about it.
You can say no, Jemmy. You don't have to say yes.
No, wait. I need to find the right song.
Yeah.
One Direction. There you go.
One Direction?
Oh.
Everybody wanna steal my girl. Happy Valentine's Day. No, sorry. No, but if you think of it in that sense, like everyone want Meg to be a captain of the team and want to steal her or maybe get her out because of how consistent she is.
But we won't let her go.
We won't let her go.
Yeah.
We won't let her go.
We have the bragging rights. Yeah, but that's the song
That's
that you
the song,
dedicate. Oh, that's a good one.
Sorry, Meg.
That's okay. That's a good. I'll take it.
But okay, so have you ever seen Meg dancing? Have you seen that?
No,
No?
I don't think. No.
Then
Meg, have you seen yourself dancing?
No, I don't.
we have a video
That
of
was
you
a better
dancing, and I'd
question
like
to-
to show that.
Oh, gosh.
That's you?
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
This is bad. This was a long
She's
time
so
ago.
embarrassed.
I think.
She's not even
How old were
watching.
you, Meg?
I don't know. I think it was 2013, I reckon. This was the World Cup.
This is such a cool
Yeah,
video.
it is.
Okay, I think we've seen enough.
What was it about though?
I actually don't know. We must have been some
This is so
clinic or something at
cool.
a school.
I think you should make her dance
I
more.
could never imagine Meg dancing.
No.
you know.
Well, you can see by that. Dancing's a loose term.
No,
that
but you were
wasn't
pretty
dancing.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I absolutely had a lot of fun talking to you guys. I kind of forgot what I was here for. I was just so happy listening to you and just trying and processing everything. It was so good. I hope it was fun for you
It
guys
was fun.
as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So this was the DC podcast featuring your captain and vice captain. Please like, share and subscribe. Please ask them to like, share and subscribe.
Yeah, just do whatever she said.
Yeah, what
Listen
she
to the
said.
boss.
Yeah. That's it, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was fun.
That's good. Thank you.
I always wanted to know, what is that you guys talk in the huddle about?
Nothing. No, I don't think anyone listens. It's really boring. I actually don't really like talking before we go out to field because I don't actually think it's much use, and I'm too serious, so I don't have anything funny to say. So, it's usually just a little reminder of the energy that we want to bring, and trying to sort of keep that through the innings, but it's actually not as interesting as what you think it is.